When you picture a serial killer, you don't picture Ted Bundy. Law student, Republican volunteer, suicide hotline counselor, clean-cut, articulate, the kind of guy you'd trust to walk your sister to her car. And that's exactly what made him the most dangerous man in America. Born November 24, 1946, Burlington, Vermont, a child of deception from day one, raised believing his mother was his sister and his grandparents were his parents, a lie that shaped everything that followed. By the early 70s, Bundy was the picture of ambition. Psychology degree, law school, rising star in Washington state Republican politics. People liked him, people trusted him, and he used every bit of that trust to kill. January 4, 1974, Bundy enters the Seattle home of UW student Karen Sparks and beats her mercilessly. She survives, but with permanent brain damage, one of the very few who would. Less than a month later, Linda Ann Healy vanishes from her off-campus home. Her bed, carefully made, blood on the pillow. She wasn't found for over a year. July 14, 1974, Lake Sammamish State Park. A sunny afternoon. A young man with his arm in a sling approaches women near the lake, asking for help loading his sailboat. His name? Ted. Two women, Janice Ott and Denise Nasland, vanish within 3 hours of each other. Same park, same man. All the witnesses describe the same thing. Charming, non-threatening. A guy you'd help without a second thought.
It's going to be okay.
Their remains, along with Healy's, were discovered months later on Taylor Mountain, a dumping ground hidden in plain sight. Bundy moves to Utah. The killings don't stop, they accelerate. November 8, 1974. He poses as a police officer at a mall in Murray, Utah. Lures 18-year-old Carol DeRonch to his tan Volkswagen Beetle. He tries to handcuff her, but Carol fights back and escapes. She becomes the first victim to identify him. That same day, 17-year-old Deborah Kent disappears from her high school parking lot. Investigators later find a handcuff key in the lot. It fits the very handcuffs Bundy had in his car. By January 1975, he's in Colorado. Karen Campbell, a 23-year-old nurse, vanishes from a hotel in Snowmass. Her body is found in a snowbank weeks later. Her hair discovered in Bundy's Volkswagen. August 16, 1975. A highway patrol officer stops a tan Volkswagen Beetle near Granger, Utah. Inside, a ski mask, a crowbar, an ice pick, and handcuffs. Bundy is arrested, but not for murder, just evading police. He's released. 2 months later, Carol DeRonch picks him out of a lineup. Aggravated kidnapping, 1 to 15 years. But here's where the system failed. June 7, 1977, Aspen, Colorado, the Pitkin County Courthouse. Bundy, unshackled, unguarded, jumps from a second-floor law library window. 6 days in the mountains before he's recaptured. But the message was clear. You can't hold him. December 30th, 1977. Bundy loses enough weight to squeeze through a hole cut in his prison ceiling. Crawls through the duct system. Drops into an empty prison worker's apartment. Changes clothes. Walks out. He makes it to Florida. And what happens next is his most brutal chapter yet. January 15th, 1978. 3 a.m. Chi Omega Sorority House, Florida State University. Bundy enters. In minutes, he strangles Margaret Bowman and Lisa Levy to death. Beats Kathy Kleiner and Karen Chandler with a club. Then attacks Cheryl Thomas at another home nearby. 3 survive. None can describe their attacker. 3 weeks later, February 9th, 1978, 12-year-old Kimberly Leach is taken from Lake City Junior High School. Broad daylight. Her body found 2 months later beneath a shed in Suwannee River State Park. 6 days after Kimberly's disappearance, Bundy is pulled over for driving with his lights off, stolen plates, a scuffle with the officer, and then, finally, a name: Ted Bundy. The trial was a national spectacle, televised, chaotic. Bundy fired his lawyers, cross-examined witnesses, referred to himself in the third person. But one piece of evidence was unassailable: his teeth. A forensic dentist matched bite marks on Lisa Levy's body to Bundy's dental impressions. It was the nail in the coffin. Guilty. Death sentence. He was tried again for Kimberly Leach. Guilty again. Another death sentence. In the end, Bundy confessed to over 30 murders. The real number may be much, much higher. January 24, 1989, 7:16 a.m., Florida State Prison. After years of appeals, stays, and a desperate last-minute confession tour blaming pornography and alcohol, Ted Bundy was strapped into the electric chair known as Old Sparky. "Give my love to my family and friends." Those were his final words. Outside the prison, an estimated 200 people gathered, and when the news broke that he was dead, they cheered. Ted Bundy didn't look like a monster. That was the point. He weaponized charm, intelligence, and trust, the very things that make us human, and used them to do the unimaginable. The scariest part isn't what he did, it's how easily he hid, in plain sight. Like, subscribe, and step carefully into the next case.